new edition biopic, Reality High on Netflix, and Famous in Love Season 2 coming out soon. Introducing Keith Powers.
What's up, everybody? I want to thank y'all for coming out. You know, that means a lot to me. You know, you could be anywhere with your time today. You chose to be here. I appreciate that.
Ooh. Keith after dark.
I was like, hold on, what y'all doing? You can be anywhere. You chose to be here. I appreciate that. You know, I appreciate everybody at ASU. All the staff, everybody who really helped put this together. That means a lot. Yeah, give them a hand clap, please. Thank my boy Marquise, you know, his family, his people, for helping this together. Yeah, I'm here. UCLA, this is dope. Is that cool if I sit down? Or should I stand up? Y'all crazy. When I do these type of talks, you know, and I come out here and I just give my story and I give what I've been through and I give, you know, like insights of what the industry is. I really just want you guys to level with me. I want you guys to see that I'm still growing as a man. I'm still growing as an entertainer. I'm still learning. Even if I'm in a position that I am right now, I'm still making mistakes. I'm still trying my hardest. I'm learning new things. I'm trying to create my own content. I'm trying to get better as an actor. And I just want you guys to level with me. You know, I don't want this to just be like, oh, I don't want to make it seem like I just got all the answers. You know, I just want to show you, as I climb, as I go, I want to show you, you know, let you guys know the things that I've learned, what I've been through, you know, what I'm about to go through. Oh, there we go. Okay. You know, I'm not the smartest in the world. I'm not the best at what I do in the world. I'm learning. I'm growing as an African American man, as a man in this industry. You know, I just want to start it off by saying, first of all, I look up to y'all. I know that sounds corny. No, you don't. I look up to y'all because I wouldn't be, me personally, I know what type of person I am, and school wasn't easy for me. So for you guys to come here, I'm not saying it's easy for y'all. But for real though, school is perfect because it's a reflection of what you're gonna go through in the real life anyways. Everybody be like, oh man, I wish I could just get out of school and just do what I want to do. But honestly, you're changing as a person every day. That what you want to do now might not be the same thing next year. I still, like, in my mind, I'm like, besides acting, I want to do this, I want to do that. I got to slow myself down. So, you know, school is a great structure, if that makes any sense. It's a great structure to keep you in a path that helps you grow, if that makes sense. And I moved out here when I was 17, turning 18. I remember I was in Sacramento, California is where I'm from. Y'all from Sacramento? Got 70 here, okay.
They weren't, now they are.
Y'all from other places too, my bad. But I came here from Sacramento, California. Honestly, I had no intentions to be an actor. I had the dream of being a wide receiver in the NFL. That didn't work out, obviously. I remember I was back in Sacramento. I was in my grandma's. Actually, it was our place. I was in my room. I was on Twitter all day, actually, just tweeting away, not doing nothing in my life. And my mom walked in the room and she was like, "You need to get it together." And I was like, whatever. I just signed up for community college. Like, I'm go up there. So I go to community college. I go to Consumers River College in Sacramento, right? Trying to apply for school. I applied late. Wasn't able to do that because I wasn't going to play football anymore because I got my classes paid for late to play football. Couldn't do that. So I went to Consumers River College. Didn't pay in time. You guys, I was not about to be in school. My dad said he was going to LA to truck drive. I said, you know what, Dad? I'm hopping in the car with you. He was like, no, you're not. You don't even have no plan. I said, I just gotta go. I gotta go because in my mind, I'm like, if I stay here, nothing good is gonna come. Like I'm gonna get into bad things, you know, to survive. And I was like, I didn't want to go through that. So I moved to LA. I had 2 jobs. I was working at the mall. I had 2 mall jobs, y'all. And I was going to University of Phoenix, actually. I applied online classes. And I went to school for like 6 months before I dropped out. But the reason why I dropped out, I didn't just quit. The reason why I dropped out was because I got busy. I got signed as a model to Wilhelmina, LA. And thank you. Shout out to Wilhelmina. I got signed as a model. Became a model, y'all. Had 1 foot in the door. Did not like it. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. It was dope to see the pictures. It was dope to work with, you know, amazing people. And I mean, that was cool, but it wasn't in my heart. I was like, what am I gonna do with my life? Like, what do I want to do? And my agent, she said, Keith, you know, you should look into. You ever thought about like doing commercials? I was like, I mean, I guess I just wanted some money in my pocket. She was like, you should get signed to a commercial agent. So I got signed to HRI Talent out here in Los Angeles through Wilhelmina. I had 1 foot in the door already. They met up with me. They basically signed me based off my personality. They was like, we really like your personality. I was like, cool. It seemed easy. And it seemed so easy at first of all. I'm like, oh yeah, cool, be in there. I go out for a couple of commercial auditions. I wasn't booking nothing. I was like, this is dumb, man. I quit playing football. I quit my job for this. Like, what am I doing? Just kept working at it. I just kept. I was thinking to myself, just say, you know what? I really want to act. Like, I want to be on TV. I want to be on the big screen. I should study. You know, like I should educate myself on just the acting industry in general. So I started reading different books. I read Acting in Front of the Camera by Tony Brooks. Right now I'm reading The Power of the Actor. I read like 5 different books. I read Brad Heller, The Approach. He actually used to teach theater supposedly at UCLA. His theatrical class. I read his book, but I was also in his class. I joined like 5 different classes, y'all. And I was like, okay, this is cool. Like, I still don't know if I can act, but I kind of get an idea of what this is, you know what I'm saying? And I got signed to the theatrical side of my agency. Y'all, I tell y'all, like the first couple auditions, it was so many no's, y'all. But I didn't know why. They'd be like, oh yeah, that was good, you know, we love Keith, but we just went a different direction. And mind you, I was going into these rooms with people I grew up watching. Like I'm seeing people from Disney Channel and stuff, and I'm like, what am I doing here, bro? They've been doing this their whole life. And I was stressed out. I remember one day I had an audition for a Gatorade commercial, and it was surrounded by, like, it was a football-based commercial. I'm like, okay, I play football. Just, you know, go out for it. I go out for it. They had us really doing drills, first of all. I was like, hold on, I ain't played sports in forever. I ain't even getting paid yet. Y'all got me sweating. I went out for it, and I had a call back. It was weird inside a it was inside a basketball gym for a football commercial. They had us doing up downs in the basketball gym. I said, what is this? Got a call, I ended up booking it. And I booked a Gatorade commercial, but even prior to that, I had acted on like Ross commercials as a model, but it wasn't the same. Like, I booked this Gatorade commercial. I promise you guys, I did not expect the Gatorade commercial to be a national commercial. I was just like, yo, I'm doing a commercial, I'm getting some dough. Like, how much am I making? So I do this commercial. Next thing I know, it's playing everywhere. I don't know if you guys ever seen like the Gatorade One More commercial. Who's seen that? And it was just like, okay. It was like it was this Gatorade One More commercial throughout the whole commercial. I'm working out, I'm pulling drills, I'm yelling one more. I'm like, okay. People, yeah. It was, you said what? I was for sure sweating in that commercial. Oh, okay. So that was like the first real acting thing I did. Then I did a Samsung commercial, and then I guest starred on Pretty Little Liars. I literally had the smallest role in that episode. It was like it was a cameo. It was supposed to be a longer role. They cut it in half. When I got to the table read, they gave half of the role to this other guy. I'm like, wait, we both? I was supposed to like show up earlier in the commercial, and then they cut me out. So that was that was one of those moments in the industry where it's like, okay, you could never get married to whatever. Like, you can't get married to your feelings. I knew that I booked it, but I knew that I could lose it at any point too. It was like, don't get too crazy about this role, because if they take it away from you, it's just part of the business. But they cut it in half. I was still grateful. I remember going to WB. My call time was at 9 p.m. I didn't leave till 6 a.m. for that little part. So they didn't shoot me till late, but they had me early. But that's cool though, It's cool. I always tell people in this industry, man, if you want to be in this industry, but even just in real life, I always tell people, character and humility got me so far in my career. Just being real, honestly, just being myself, having integrity. That's the biggest thing in this industry, because it is vicious, like, especially for women, and especially for black women. Like, it's so hard for you guys. Yeah, definitely snap for yourself. It's so hard. And, as a man, is to look at that is kind of like heartbreaking, because it's like, you just want to live your dream. You don't want to go through all the business stuff and the business aspects of this industry, but you have to. It's politics, but it's politics in everything. It was politics when I played sports. It was politics in school sometimes. If you didn't get along with your teacher, that was a big part of your grade. And you gotta study, you gotta work, but and character, I'm telling y'all, character and humility, it's just the little things. I'll be on set. I remember working on that Gatorade commercial, working on, Pretty Little Liars. I always had patience. I don't know where I got that from. It had to be the traffic out here in LA. I always had patience. I always had like, you gotta have patience. It was patience. It was the little things, like, as an actor, the crew cleans up. The crew clean up, they put up stuff. I would always try to help. I don't know where that came from. It was just like, maybe because I got so many whoopings growing up if I didn't clean up. But I just know if I see somebody that need help, I go help them. Just like if I see a woman, who is about to walk out the door, I step in front of her, I open the door for her. Those little things people pay. That goes a long way in this industry, y'all. Like, that goes a long way, like, word travel. It's a lot of people on TV, of course I'm not gonna say no names, who do not have that. And in movies, they do not, and they probably did before they got big, but they just lose it. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but that's a big part of it. That's what got me a lot of my modeling jobs, dude. A lot of, like, I used to always just do print ads for Skechers. And they used to always call me back because one of the ladies, the production ladies, Lindsay, she was just like, I just like working with Keith, so yeah, we're gonna bring it back. I was like, all right, cool, I'll pay her my rent. And I was living on my own. I was 18, 19, I was living across the street from Northridge College. I was living across from Northridge College in the little dorm. I was not going to college. I remember feeling like I was missing out. But I was going to all the parties though. After I did Pretty Little Liars, y'all, I went like a year without work. I'm not even being funny. I probably did a couple of modeling jobs. My money was low. I was 19, and I remember telling myself, I said, I'm gonna try this acting thing out for one more pilot season. I said, one more. Just like the commercial. I said, one more pilot season. If it don't work out, I'm gonna get signed to in New York for modeling and international. I'm gonna just travel and live on my backpack. I was on that hype. And I remember my dad always telling me, he always used to tell me like, Keith, you planted a lot of seeds that you do not know that you planted. And I remember the pilot season before, I didn't book nothing. And coming into this next pilot season, it was pilot season, I think it was 2013, it was. And I remember going to these rooms and people really remembering me from my old auditions I was doing the year before. And I was like, how do y'all remember me? And they were just like, yeah, we remember Keith. And it was a whole different atmosphere. I still wasn't booking though, so I was like, oh, listen, I remember me. But it was the end of pilot season. It was the summer. I think it was close to the summer. It was the end of pilot season. I go out for this show called Faking It. I did not know what it was, but they brought me in. They brought me in for a chemistry after I auditioned a couple of times. I just fast forward. I had to audition a couple of times, and it was a lot of work. I was like, well, I ain't never did comedy in my life. This is like not gonna be easy. But even before that, I'm sorry, I just skipped over my first thing I ever did, which actually made me catch the acting bug. I'm so sorry. Which was House Party Tonight's Tonight. And I did it in South Africa, y'all, which was crazy. That was the first thing, my first acting job I ever did. I remember, this is when I knew sports wasn't my calling, because I remember being in Africa. I remember the nights before, like, yo, we're about to shoot tomorrow. I had my outfits laid out, not knowing that I had to have a wardrobe anyways. I had my outfits laid out, super excited. I fell in love after that. And then I didn't work for a year. So imagine being on a set in Africa and then like not working a whole year. Was like, dude, was I like a fluke? I'm thinking like, was I a fluke? I don't have a degree. I don't have a degree. Like I don't have nothing to fall back on. So I was like, man, I was taking classes, I was studying. I was like, I have to get better as an actor, maybe that's what it is. Was in my team. And that's when I got to that final pilot season. I go out for the show called Faking It. I go in there, mind y'all, prior to that, I went out for Drumline 2. Right? I gotta chill, because Nick Cannon is the homie. He's the homie. I ran for Nick. I went out for Drumline 2. I really wanted Drumline 2, y'all. Like, it was nobody gonna tell me I wasn't gonna get Drumline 2. I got to get Drumline 2. Nick was there. Everybody I think it was on VH1. Everybody at VH1 was there. And all the guys that I was going up against was there. And I didn't get it. And I remember being hurt. Just like a lot of stuff I went out for. Just like a lot of stuff you see on TV and in the theaters that's on today or been out, I did not get, and I have to watch. But that's cool though, because me personally, I believe that we have to uplift our peers. And we have to show that we all could win together, especially as Black people. Like, I'm speaking for the Black people because I'm African American, so I'm gonna speak for my people. But I'm telling y'all, it's so easy for us to tear each other down. It's scary, because I done felt it mentally. I'm gonna keep it 100. I done felt it. If I don't book a role and somebody book it over me, I'm like, I'm hot. I'm hot, ready to get a voodoo doll. Like, I'm praying for their downfall. But nah, like, you really get mad. And you're like, yo, they booked that over me, like, I'm way better. Like, what? Like they're not even clean like that. I'm hot. But I really had to train myself mentally to really be like, you know what? That person was working just like me and book stuff, and there was a person under them that was mad. It's always going to be like that. It's always going to be a loser. You know what I'm saying? Not saying, and it's not even a loser. I'm sorry, because most no's is really a win. I'm going to keep it 100. Like, but all my no's was blessings in disguise, like, for real. Like, the more no's I got, it made me mature as a man, and it made me work harder. And I remember I went out for faking it. I remember walking into the audition room. I seen like 3 of the dudes that was in drumline. I was hot. I was like, oh man, like I can't lose twice. And you know, everybody in the room, let's be real. When you walk into those audition rooms, you shake hands, but in the back of your mind, you're like, I'm gonna get this over. I'm eating in here when I go in this room. So y'all, I went first. And I read with Greg Sokin, and I read with Bailey DeYoung, who played my love interest in Faking It. And I remember in front of all the producers, it went very good. It went so good. I was like, oh, it went good. But most of my auditions that I used to have, I always think it went good. And then they always be like, yeah, we're going to go another route. I'm like, that's what my dad always say, don't get mad because you're planting seeds you don't know. And I leave there the same week. Prior to that, because I was still modeling. I had just walked from Milan. And just walked from Calvin Klein in Milan, and I did a self-tape for Straight Outta Compton. I did a self-tape for Warren G at first. I had went on for Dr. Drake too. And then, which I didn't agree with personally, and I didn't get Warren G or Dr. Dre, and I remember I did that self-tape. I had a callback the same week after I went out for Faking. I had a callback for Straight Outta Compton. At Vicki Thomas' office, casting director. She's amazing. She's amazing. I went out for her. I went out to audition. I was still auditioning for Warren G, and she was like, "You should go out for Tyree." I'm like, "Oh, that's dope. That's my middle name." I was like, "Well, who's Tyree?" Like, who's Tyree? She was like, "Oh, Dr. Dre had a little brother." I was like, "Oh, okay, that's dope. Like, that's tight. All right, let's do it." And I go out for Tyree. The next time I read, y'all, I read in front of F. Gary Gray, the director. The next time I read, I don't know if y'all know who F. Gary Gray was, but he also directed Friday. I think he was a producer as well. He just directed The Last Fast and Furious. I know you guys seen that. F. Gary Gray is an amazing director. I read for F. Gary Gray, y'all. Nervous as ever. Leave the audition, I felt good. No. I'm in the audition, I do it. He stopped me, he said, "Yo, Keith, do you think that was the best you could have did?" I said, "I'm gonna be honest with you, Gary, like, I don't ever think I did the best." Like, I tried my best, but I don't never think it was the best, because I'm the type of guy where I never get satisfied. Even if it come out good, I'm always looking at this stuff. I'm like, man, I don't know, man, my lip kept making this little weird. Like, I always find something that's wrong. He was like, "I'm gonna let you walk out the room, and if you come back in, that shows me that you want to do it again." I said, "Okay." So I go out, and then I walk back in. I do it again, and he was like, okay. And then I leave, and I'm like, okay, that went good. Y'all, the next day, I get a call that I booked Faking It. So I'm losing it. I'm like, what? And they were like, yeah, you're going to be in like 9 out of 10 episodes. And I was thinking to myself, oh, they ain't trying to pay me the serious regular money. They just trying to. Nah, but I get a recurring role on Faking It. I was so happy. The next day, y'all, or the next week, I get a call from Straight Outta Compton saying I booked Straight Outta Compton. And it was such a blessing, and I was tripping out because I'm like, dude, I was just about to quit. And my acting coach, Dustin Felder, always tell me, like, he was always telling me, he tells the whole class, he's like, when you about to quit is when you're right there. Like, literally right there. He was like he used this analogy of chopping something down. And right when you want to put it up, the thing you're looking for is literally right behind you. You only got a few more chops to go. I was like, what? That's crazy. What? And so I booked both of those, and thank God I had amazing line producers on both productions because they worked it out. So I was doing Faking It in the morning, and I would go do Straight Outta Compton at night. Or I would do Straight Outta Compton one day, and then go do Faking It the next day. But I remember being on that Straight Outta Compton set, and that changed my life. You know, I was on set with Dr. Dre. And I met Dr. Dre the first time at LA Center Studios downtown, and I think that's downtown. And I remember seeing him. I'm sitting down in the waiting room, and he walks past the door, and I'm like, oh, my whole heart dropped. And I go to meet him, and he looks at me, and he's like, hey, this is gonna be good. It's gonna be good. And eventually, you know, I told him my middle name was Tyree, which he was tripping out. I thought I offended him. He was like, what? He was like, what? No, he was backing up. I was like, don't take my job away. He was like, what? Dr. Dre was tripping out, but I remember like just talking to him, and he used to say stuff on set. And he used to be like, yeah, y'all, making money is easy. And this is after, you know, like the whole Apple and Beats deal. I was like, what? He was like, nah, making money is easy. He was like, but what you do with your money is hard. And I was like, oh, dang, he just dropped the gene. And I'm thinking in my head, I just bought some shoes yesterday. But it was like little moments like that where it was like, little moments like that on set, is I look back and at the time, the moment was just like, yeah, I topped it up with Dre, but all these moments add up the more I would move through my career. One, it's important, y'all, to try to own whatever you do eventually, or own something. You know, own an asset, please, get an asset. If I'm using the right words. My grammar's not all the way right, y'all. But have assets, like liabilities, y'all, it ain't working. I'm gonna keep it real. And my dad used to always tell me this all the time, but I also just learned reading books. But little stuff like that, when you got Dr. Dre telling you that after just making a big deal with Apple, like, okay, yeah, I hear what you're talking about. And from there, I shoot over those, Faking It comes out, I'm getting a little recognition. I'm like, oh, this is dope. Like, people know my name, this is cool. Like, I go order something from Starbucks, they're like, oh, aren't you a baker? I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh, that's cool, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. But I didn't realize the impact I was having when I was acting in these projects. And after that, I booked Sin City Saints, which was a streaming comedy series. It was streaming on Yahoo Screen. Yahoo Screen tried to do a streaming service. It didn't last. We did one season, but I did it with Tom Arnold, Marlon Ackerman, Rick Fox, Baron Davis, Justin Chan, PK Cannon from Switch That Bird. There was a bunch of people in this comedy, and that was when I did another comedy. And I'm like, okay, my acting is I'm an actor. I could really consider myself an actor. It was crazy. And I remember just doing that, and then I go another time where I'm not booking, but I have money in my pocket to like get my own place. I'm staying alone. I'm figuring myself out, but in the midst of that, I was learning everything the hard way with like what comes with a little recognition you could get. And I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. Y'all probably deal with this now. I deal with the same thing, and this is why I like doing these talks and connecting with the youth and the people. It be mornings where I gotta shoot the next morning, and the night before I'm like, I'm gonna just go out with the homies for like 5 minutes. All right, exactly. I'll be like 30 minutes, and then that turns into like 3 hours. And I have those nights, y'all, and it's hard. I don't know everybody's religious beliefs, but I know that when that happens to me, I'm like, yo, the devil is work. Like, and y'all, it's crazy. Like, I have those nights. And I'm gonna let y'all know those nights are gonna come, just like rainy days are gonna come. Like, you can't escape them. You just gotta plan how to work around them. Because the storms is gonna come. You're gonna go through a couple of storms. And that's what made me connect with the song Can You Stand the Rain when I was young. Because my dad, one time when I was stressing out, he used that analogy. He was like, Keith, don't stress over like money and stuff, like, or about like how you gonna pay. Don't stress over it. He was like, because it's gonna be storms. You just gotta weather it. And you gotta choose your storms wisely. And he brought up Can You Stand the Rain. I'm like, why you bringing up Can You Stand the Rain? And this is before I did do audition. He was like, Can you stand the rain? That's what that song is. He was like, can you stand the rain? Like, can you handle it when you're going through your worst? Because the sunshine is right after it. I was like, oh, everybody just dropping gems in my life. I see you hit the groove. But went through another time, and then the next pilot season, I'm learning about the business more. I'm learning about producing more. That's my dream. My dream is to be a producer and an actor and to help bring talent from where I'm from. I want to have castings for films and TV shows in Sacramento because we don't get that back where I'm from. And like, you know, kids got to come out here, which is amazing. You know, I think coming to LA and getting out of your comfort zone is amazing. It's big. LA is crazy. Like, you can really lose yourself out here. And I remember, and that's why I want to be a producer, is be like, because I want to create my own films, my own content, and have auditions in SAC. And every year, every time I put out a project, at least have one talent from Sacramento that's booked on one of my jobs. You know, because I want to be able to show those kids, like, it's more than what your family is trying to tell you. Like, sometimes your parents or your guardians can really stop your dreams, like, early, because, and it's not their fault, it's just that it's something that's been instilled for like generations. It's like, that's what they believe, you know, and back home, ain't nobody thinking about being an actor. They're looking at it way out there. They're not thinking like, oh yeah, I'm about to go to LA and just go act. People is like, oh, I'm either playing sports, I'm great in academics, or I'm in the streets. Simple as that. And I'm like, nah, it's way more. You know, like, it's way more to life. And for first of all, for you guys to even be in school and still fighting hard, like working hard, I applaud you guys, like, for real. Because I don't know if I have the discipline to do that, but I know I have the discipline to do what I do, and I know that I could help you guys relate to me because we're all going through the same struggles, believe it or not. Every day, we're still, it's crazy how, you know, they put you in high school and they make it seem like you gotta know what you want to do at 18 or 17. You're not even like fully like here mentally, like you're changing those years. So don't feel like you gotta make that decision now, yo. Because I mean, I got, you know, I was blessed to become an actor early, but I went so many. My mind was saying, oh, maybe I'm gonna be an on TV personality. Nah, I'm gonna be a personal trainer. Nah, you know, I'm gonna just coach sport. Like, I was switching every day, but I knew that when I was getting signs from, you know, God or getting signs from the Lord to, like, you know, go this way, I did it, and I just did it. I just had to step. I walked on faith, and I was like, let's just make it happen. And you know, but I'm gonna give y'all my story. But I ended up booking the show by the name of Famous in Love, and there you go. Clap if you've seen season 1. I booked Famous in Love, y'all. But before I get into Famous in Love, I want to tell y'all, like, I got denied for a lot of stuff that they brought me back and I got booked. One was Straight Outta Compton. One was Famous in Love. They told me that I don't have the ability to hold a serious regular role, and so they denied me at first. I promise y'all, I was tripping out. And before that, I had went out for a CW show. I went out for the one of the I think it was Legends of the Mall on CW, and they told me that I was too green. It was like, nah, he too green, like he wouldn't be able to hold this role. This is all like in the same week, and I had just did. Like, saying you're too green is basically saying like an amateur, like you're not ready, too fresh. Yeah. And I'm like, wait, what? I just did faking it. I did Straight Outta Compton. Like, how you gonna tell me I'm too fresh? Like, what? Like, they're too green. And y'all, I promise you, it was like a sign from God. Because when Famous in Love denied me, I went to sign up at D.W. Brown and Joanne Barron's studio in Santa Monica. It's a Meisner-based technique class. I went to sign up for it. The next day, Famous in Love called me, like, you want to bring Keith back? I was like, okay, that's weird. I just signed up for this class, but I'm gonna stay in this class as I'm about like going out for Famous in Love. But I think what was happening, because I had booked in the past, I started getting a little cocky. And I was like, I don't need to be in class. I don't need to read books no more. I got this. But I had a talk with one of my old acting coaches by the name of Eric Stewart, and he was like, yeah, Denzel Washington and Brad Pitt still have coaches. I was like, what? I was like, that's disrespectful for me to really feel like I don't need a coach. And you got people like Denzel and Brad still getting coached. I was like, wait, what? So that was like a wake-up call. I go back out for Famous in Love. I go out for like 3 roles. I end up booking Jordan Wilder. I was like, oh snap, this is crazy. I'm a lead on the show. I was like, this is crazy. After that, and it's crazy like how God works. After that, I get a call. Mind you, my family is the biggest New Edition fans ever. This is crazy. Like, they love New Edition. I get a call that they're doing like a New Edition miniseries. First, I'm like, what's a miniseries? I don't even know that. Like, what is a miniseries? I never heard of anything like that. I was like, is it a movie? It was like, no, it's a miniseries. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, who's doing it? And they was like, BET. I was like, I'm just being real with you. At first, I was like, and I was thinking like that because, I mean, just being in the industry, you hear people talk, and also it's just that, also hearing from people of color, just that self-hate type of thing, letting them get in my ear. But no, you should do like stuff on BET. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, I don't know, bro. Like, I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, those are our people. You know, that's the culture, and you got to do stuff for the culture regardless. Because as an African American man, like, that's what they're looking up to. Like, and you have to, like, I feel like it's my duty to, you know, not like that I have to, like, oh, I want to, I have to, like, I have to because I want to. It's my duty to do stuff for the culture. So I'm like, I'll go out for it. I went out for Ralph, and I'm like, nah, I'm not Ralph. I gotta go out for Ronnie. It was like, well, BET like you for Ralph, and I was like, nah. It was like the director would like you for Ralph too. I was like, but I wouldn't go out for Ronnie. So I ended up testing for Ralph, y'all. I went through a couple auditions. They liked me. I was like, cool. I test for Ralph. I see Algie in there. I don't know if you guys know who Algie Smith is. I play Ralph. I seen Algie and I seen Woody. I knew Woody for a little minute before he played Bobby, Woody McClain. And I see them and like we all test together for it. Mind you, they already casted people. I didn't even know. I was like, wait, if I would have known that, I would have walked out, I would have been mad. They had already casted Elijah Kelly, and they had casted Luke James for Johnny Gill. They had casted Bryce Shear for Mike. And I'm like, what? I found that out later. But I go out, I don't get Ralph. They said, I don't get it. They give me a call, they're like, we want to bring you back for Ronnie. I'm like, see, I told y'all. I should be a casting director. Like, I told y'all. So I go back out for Ronnie. Mind y'all, everyone else is casted, y'all. We're like 1 week from starting to shoot. I ain't never danced in my life. Never danced in my life. But shout out to Woody because he came and he helped me. Woody came to my house and helped me do steps. Before I even like was going to make my way back, I'm like, man, I can't do this. He's like, nah, you got it. Woody is so dope because if Woody didn't do that, I wouldn't have had a step on everybody. Like, so when I go out, when I start rehearsing with the real cast, I'm like, I know a lot of these moves. And they put me through a boot camp, y'all. Like, I booked it with the real cast, and I had not booked it yet. So they put me through all this stuff. They had me saying what they was gonna shoot. I'm like, yeah, but they looking at me like, you're not even booked yet. And one day in camp, they come out of nowhere. They're like, yo, Keith, we want to tell you, you know, you booked it, and everybody, you know, like they introduced the rest of the cast. I was like, wow, I really booked this. Not knowing that I was getting into, it was hell going through the New Edition, like, as far as like preparing for it. I had to learn steps in a week. I had to learn, I think, 6 routines in a medley in like a week and a half. I hadn't danced ever in my life. So they put a schedule to where I would go at 9 a.m. and wouldn't be done dancing until 10 p.m. to catch up. So I have to go in with the kids that played the young girls at like 9 a.m. and then have to stay all the way to 10 p.m. I was going through it. And I just remember like thinking to myself, I was like, man, these type of stories is where like greats are created. Cause like when your back is against the wall, you could really do some amazing stuff, y'all. Cause I remember I was gonna quit. It was nobody about to tell me I wasn't gonna quit. I remember throwing my hat, I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm not messing up their legacy. I'm not doing this. And the AD came outside, Flip, he was like, yo, keep 10 deep breaths. He was doing that. I'm looking at him like, yo, hot. I'm like, the fifth breath, I'm like, this ain't helping. And like, he getting mad is not gonna make it better. You gotta calm down, and we're gonna go back in there, we're gonna try this medley. I calm down, I end up getting it, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. Like, I'm really doing this. But throughout all that, y'all, like, it's always weird for me to come up here and talk about myself because I never feel like I'm where I want to be yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know y'all going through that right now. I know y'all thinking like, man, I'm far behind, even though I'm at UCLA. You know, you look at people on TV, you look at people doing stuff out of school, and you're like, man, I'm way behind. Let me tell y'all, man. I tell this all the time. I'm like, I could be where I'm at right now, and next year not have none of this. And y'all can literally be like, yo, y'all remember Keith that was in New Edition? Yeah, bro, lost it. He ain't got it no more. You know what I'm saying? And just thinking about that keeps me sane and it keeps me grounded because even if that is to happen, you know, Lord's willing it don't, and I work hard. But if it do, I want to be able to spark the mind of you guys to be like, well, at least in his time when he was doing his thing, he came and he talked to us. You know what I'm saying? And he came and he just had a heart-to-heart and just told his story and just kept it real. Because I feel like that's, man, without like influencers and celebs coming back and talking to people. I wish I had someone to talk to me at 17 or 18 when I first moved out here. Like I did not know what I was going to do, y'all. Like God blessed me and he got me here where I am today, but I didn't know what I was going to do. And it's, you know what's crazy, y'all? I wasn't even supposed to be here. I had booked a movie. And I was supposed to shoot the movie in Buffalo, but the dates didn't work out with my TV show, so I can't even do the movie no more. And I'm here now, but I'm looking at it like, that's God saying, look, I got a different plan for you. I got something better for you. I need you here. You know, he's like, I need you here to talk to the people. Like, and you know, when I first heard about coming here and talking to you guys, I was excited. And then when I booked the movie, I was like, well, I gotta go do the movie. And that's a movie. But when I didn't get the movie, you know, when they took it away from me, not really took it away from me, when it didn't work out, I really thought to myself, like, okay, it's a different reason. He's doing this for a reason. Maybe it's this moment right here. Maybe he has something else in the future. But I want to tell y'all, like, y'all gonna go through times, I'm gonna warn y'all right now, where like, it's gonna be embarrassing. Like failure is gonna be embarrassing sometimes. And I felt like that was embarrassing for me because I told my family and stuff, and I'm not doing it no more. They're looking at it like, well, you ain't doing it. But I'm telling you, failure sometimes is your best friend. I promise you, because it'll really show you who you really are in that moment. Like for real. Like after getting that news, I could have been like, man, see, this my TV show made me mad. I could have been like, I'm tired of this. I was mad, but I wasn't mad to where I was like, you know, I'm quitting and I'm not going to do the TV show. I'm not going, because if I was to do that, like, there's people on that crew that need to eat. You know what I'm saying? And if you got one actor that's acting out, you putting the whole show on hold because of one person's. You know what I'm saying? Because something was taken away from him. We get stuff taken away from us every day as humans. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I mean, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be able to talk to you guys and connect with you guys. I always tell myself, like, when I'm talking to you guys about this stuff, I really want you guys to relate with me on my level. I don't want you guys to look at me like, oh, he's a celeb, so it's easy for him to say that. Oh, he's an actor. Nah, like, really feel where I'm coming from. Every day, I'm still learning, y'all. It's crazy. Like, I'm learning every day, and I take pride in learning every day because I don't want all the answers now. You know, I want to be able to, as I'm going, I want to be able to give you these gems as I'm going. You know, like, please, y'all, please, like, whenever you have free time, just please take that time to really, like, research about owning your own stuff and research about being your own boss or working up to be that boss, because like Jay-Z said, we really stuck in La La Land. Even when we win, we still lose. Because that's one of the realest things I ever heard. Because even when you think you winning, you still like you're taking a loss because someone, you got young rappers who signing 360 deals, and these companies is getting a piece of everything that they got. You know what I'm saying? You got it's just stuff like that, and I'm still learning. Like I said, I don't have all the financial. I'm not super rich or nothing like that. I'm still learning, but I know enough to like come in here and help you guys and give you guys the gems. But I want to take this time to answer any questions you guys got. Straight up.
So we have a mic circulating around, and we have about 30 minutes for questions. So we're just gonna do it by hand raise. I see.
Okay. So my name is Ruby, and I would like to thank you for coming here and speaking. Obviously, you did a good job, and I think y'all genuinely appreciate it.
Thank you.
I was just finding out who you were as a person. I had read a small article. I watched a video of you like a while ago. Like, I noticed you're from Sacramento. Dope. I'm from Sacramento. So I'm like, hey, this is cool. Like, finally a person from Sacramento. Being in LA, like you said, it beat you up and spit you out, kind of like. I want to know. I know you speak a lot of the LA community. Do you find yourself going back home to like maybe your old high school in Sacramento and just going there and spreading some of the knowledge?
Well, I'm still working on going to my old high school right now. We're just trying to find the time to get there. But I always go back home. I'm always home. I did a talk back home. It was dope. A lot of my family was there. It's dope to see like your older cousins and grandparents and stuff listening to you about the industry and just about your story. I think it's important to always go back home and drop gems on anybody back home, just to get everybody out their comfort zone, no matter where you come from. If you're from LA, you lived in LA your life, get out your comfort zone, go to New York. You know what I'm saying? Just do something different. But I definitely try to go back home as much as possible. Man, you know what? Honestly, I really just wanted to come here because I just wanted you guys to relate to me as a human. I wanted you guys to relate to me as a person, and I wanted you guys to also, see my flaws and see like what I need to work on and hear what I need to work on and learn from that. And I don't want you guys to feel like when you in school or whatever you're doing at work and you feel like you ain't got all the answers, like it's people that you might feel that's at my level, even though I say we're all at the same level. It's people that's where I'm at, that's still trying to figure this out. And I want y'all to know, like, hey, like, I'm still trying to figure this out too. we all here, we trying to figure it out. And that's okay. That's 100% okay, because, that creates character. That creates, that matures you, that helps you as a human. And, I hope you take whatever you can from this, but one important thing, I just hope that you take that character and humility as everything. I don't care what nobody says. You can be the most talented, the most attractive, the most tallest, I don't know, whatever in the room. If you ain't got it here, it don't matter. It really don't matter.
So it's only like 4% of African Americans on this campus.
I've seen that on the shirt. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so I want to know, you being a black man working what I would perceive as a white industry, which is Hollywood, how do you navigate and get the best and the most, out of it?
Well, one is educate yourself. Talk to everybody you can in the industry, because there's stuff that I was going through that I like, producing your own films and producing like your own series and stuff like that. That stuff matter. Like, that's how you keep the money coming into your pocket. That's how you get a chance to create your own material and create other opportunities for other people and other African Americans and other, like for me, other black boys that look just like me. You know what I'm saying? And the industry, man, this is the thing. Like, us as black people, we're so talented and we're so we're so dope. Like we have to learn the business. That's gonna help you navigate. We also have to learn to work together. That's the thing. Like a lot of us really feel like it's only spot for one of us, and that don't make no sense to me. I don't get that. I'm like, bro, like what? Have you seen like Ocean's 11 and stuff? Like, you got George Clooney and all them is they all doing the movies together. Like, you got Matt Damon, like they all working together in these movies together and doing other movies. It's like it's enough room for us as well. Like, come on, you got, and I just feel like we just have to keep educating each other, educating ourselves. We have to meet with our peers, talk to them, encourage our peers, and say, hey, let's do this together. And I think, teamwork is, I know that sounds corny, but teamwork in industry really helps too. That helps you navigate.
So we're going to throw around, we're going to have 2 mics. One of them is going to be the catch box. So when we throw it, just speak into it like this, and then you should be able to hear it.
Well, that's crazy. Well, where I was blessed at is that, like I said, I was a model at first. So I had one foot in the door already. So with being a model, they were like, hey, do you want to, like I said, they were like, would you want to do commercials? I was like, I guess. So they put me in a meeting. And what's so funny is I met with that commercial agent, I got signed. What people don't understand is you can get representation, but not every person that represents you is your best representation. Sometimes your team can hold you back. That's why you got to educate yourself. That's why I tell people not to rush. Like, educate yourself, because you could get signed early and get shelved like a record label. And really, they're not sending you out. And I know when I met with my manager, Mara Santino, when I first walked in the room, she was like, we talked and stuff, and she I did a couple commercials and stuff. I did, House Party Tonight, and she was like, okay, Keith, I like you. You got a good look. She was like, so I'm gonna sign you. I was like, what? That was easy. Then she was like, but if you make me look bad in these casting rooms, I'm dropping you. I was like, oh, well, all right, I gotta be on my stuff. And that's when, on my third audition, that's when that was before House Party. And on my third audition, I booked House Party. And I was like, oh, snap. And she was like, okay, you booked some. She still didn't believe I could act. Only way she believed that I acted because I had to send a self-tape to her for Life of a King, that chess movie. And I sent the tape for that. She was like, oh, okay, you got little skills. But advice to you, I know you're in class and you're studying, and you're like, man, they out there working and I'm in class. Man, you got a lot more time than you think. Educate yourself first, 100%. I look at people it's a lot of people that's booming right now in their 30s. For example, I love Issa Rae. Issa Rae is so dope to me. And Issa Rae is about to take all the way off, but Issa Rae started off doing her own thing on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? And it was probably times where she was like, man, I need to be on TV, but telling you, God's timing is the best timing. Just keep educating yourself on the business. And, of course, read books, take classes. But that time, you'll know when it's time to be like, okay, it's time to go get my agent. So just really take your time, but don't take too much time. Be 50 and you're like, all right, it's time. You're still good, nigga. I see. Oh, dope. Oh, yeah, Reality High, man. Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're taking me in the NFL situation and developing
Yeah, from ESPN. Yeah.
And she made a statement saying that black men are the white men of black people. I want to know how you feel about that statement.
None of my business. Dang. That's deep. That is deep. That is deep. That's one of those things I gotta think about that. Man, I think that could sometimes just come from, man, I don't want to say the wrong thing. That could come from just self-hate. Sometimes it could just come from self-hate as black men. Some black men really like, it's self-hate. And they instill that for generations. Like, I don't like, It's some black men that I look at and they say certain things where I'm like, wait, what? But they really feel like they're right. It's a mentality that's only going to, oh my God, that is deep. I give her props for saying that though, because I see why she's saying that, but it's not every black man isn't. That's not, you know what I'm saying? That's not every black man. I'm gonna tell you that 100%. That's not true. But I see why she said it. I see why she said that. But I also feel like on the other side, every Caucasian man is white. You know, so it's a lot. But that's crazy. I mean, I looked up to somebody like her because she speaks her mind. And I just seen J. Cole do a tweet before I even started talking. He was like, protect her. And I retweeted it. I was like, yeah, protect her. You know, you gotta protect the black woman anyway. You got to. You know, especially as a black man, we gotta protect our black women. But just to piggyback on that, on social issues, I was gonna say, we're at a time right now, this is what I actually was gonna say, is we're at a time right now where we're at a very unique, crazy time right now. A time where like it's gonna set the way for the next generations and generations to come. But as African Americans, we really have to educate ourselves, one, before speaking on issues, and two, just as a person, because, you know, I mean, Kaepernick was kneeling because black people were dying, unarmed black men were getting killed by police. And Trump made it about the flag. And it got mixed up. And it's not about the flag. It's not about disrespecting the flag or the soldiers' flag. It's stuff like that we all need to be on one page about. And not just black people. You know, it's Caucasians and Asian Americans and Indians and Mexicans. Like, y'all have to speak up too. Y'all know when something not right. You know? And I don't know how, you know, everyone was raised. It could be from your parents, but as much as black people, as much as we got to educate ourselves and speak on these issues, especially celebrities and people with a platform, we all got to really speak on these issues. First, educate ourselves. You know, I'm still educating myself, but I be on it. You know, Twitter be helping. I stay on my Twitter be helping. Then I go to research. I go to the Google after that. But we really have to, real talk, like, I learned a lot. I learned a lot that I didn't learn in high school. When the history books didn't tell us everything, y'all. They did not tell us everything. So keep educating yourself. And those celebrities that do speak on their platforms, like follow them and really listen to what they got to say, because they're helping. They're the people who help for the next generations. And I want to be one of those people. I want to talk about social issues, but I know I also have to educate myself. But like y'all, we all